Okay, what is the last thing that you people have written in your notebooks?
Features of chordates.
Features of chordates. And what is the last thing I taught to you?
Mark the table vertebrator.
Hmm?
The table
Vertebrator.
Vertebrator. I think this cyclostomata was done, isn't it? Okay, so today we're going to start with Nathostomata. Now, as I told you that Anatha and Nathostomata, they were the two divisions wherein we talked about one had the absence of jaw and one had the presence of jaw. So now we're going to talk about the Nathostomata wherein the jaws were present. Now, all of the fishes that you've ever heard about, they will come under this particular division, that is Nathostomata. Now, Nathostomata, it has been divided into two classes, that is chondric thighs and ostic thighs. Now, see, the word chondrin, wherever you see the word chondrin, always think about cartilage. Chondrin means cartilage. Ostic or osteo, meaning ostic, these words means bone. They refer to bone. Okay, so chondric thighs are cartilaginous fishes, whereas ostic thighs are bony fishes. Okay, so yeah, so first we're going to talk about the class chondric thighs. Here, the you people understand? Yes, Zainab?
Ma'am, this is the class of Nathostomata, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like the Nathostomata, which is a division, it has been divided into two classes, chondric thighs and ostic thighs. Now we're going to see what they are. And just like as a whole, you try to understand that they are made, or you can say they are the most primitive fishes that are present. Okay, the most primitive fishes and the fishes right now. So, okay. So when we talk about the class chondric thighs, so they have cartilaginous endoskeleton. Cartilaginous endoskeleton. Endoskeleton is the skeleton which is present towards the inside of the body. For example, we have a proper skeletal system and our skeleton system is made up of bones. But in this particular case, in the case of chondric thighs, the skeleton system will be made up of cartilage. That is why they are chondric thighs. Okay. Now, all of these organisms that come under the class chondric thighs, they are marine organisms. Marine means they are found in the sea or the ocean, but not in the fresh water. Now, their mouths are located ventral. Okay, the location of the mouth is ventral, and the notochord is persistent throughout their lives. The notochord is not getting replaced here. Rather, it is persistent notochord. Instead of true gills, gill slits are present in them. And have you people ever heard about operculum, the cover of the gills? Have you heard about it before in class 10 or 9 or anywhere before? No? Okay. See, operculum is the name of the cover of the gills. Okay, so you people understand what gills are? What is the function of gill, students?
It is used for breathing purpose.
Breathing for fishes, right? Okay, not just fishes, there are many organisms. Now that gills in the case of those fish-like organisms, they are covered with a, like you can say, like a curtain-like structure. And that curtain-like structure is the operculum. But when we talk about the class chondric thighs, so operculum is absent in them. Talking about their skin, so their skin is tough and it is covered with minute placoid scales. The scales that are present like this. Okay, so placoid scales are present. Now, the teeth that they used to have, those teeth get modified to form the placoid scales. So, placoid scales are modification of teeth and they are directed backwards. Now, their jaws are very powerful and they are predaceous, meaning they are predators under the sea. The air bladder is absent in them. What do you think is the function of air bladder, student? Air bladder and its functions. Hmm? Air,
Like when we float in the water, the air bladders help them get not to sink in the water.
correct. Air bladders are exactly like floaties. The floaties that we use while swimming, the ones that we wear here and the tube-like structure we take to swimming. So air bladders perform the same exact thing. They provide buoyancy and does not let the organism sink. But the members of chondric thighs don't have them. Then what do you think? If they don't have air bladder, then that means they will sink, isn't it? Hmm, true. But as a mechanism, what they do, they know that they don't have air bladder. So what they do is that they constantly keep on swimming. They are constantly moving so that if they'll stop, they'll sink. So that's why they're moving. Now, how many of you have seen a documentary on sharks or those movies on sharks? Have you? No. How many of you watch Discovery Channel? Like you have once in your life? You have, right? I really hope that you people have. Now, if you would have seen the marine life, you might have seen that there are some fishes that can stay stuck. How many of you have watched Finding Nemo? I hope you have watched Finding Nemo, right? Now, in Finding Nemo, did you see that there were some fishes that you can say stayed in one place, and then there were some fishes that keep on circulating the whole water body? There is a reason they do that. Even for sharks, you people know sharks are crazy predators in the sea, in the ocean, right? If you go in the ocean, they'll eat you up. So don't go in the ocean. So what happens? What do the sharks do? They have to keep on constantly swimming because they don't have air bladders. Clear, students? Now, when we talk about the heart, so their hearts are two chambered. Okay, their hearts are two chambered. Wait, did I tell you in the previous class that Natastomata, we're talking about Pisces right now. Did I clear this up? That we're talking about Pisces. Pisces means all the fishes, all these organisms that are tetrapoda, in fact, but sorry, not tetrapoda, they bear fins instead of having any limbs. So, under that only, I'll write Pisces here. Under that only, it has been divided into chondric thighs and ostic thighs. Now, moving forward, so they have two chambered heart. I hope you people remember that they have one auricle and one ventricle. Auricle is the upper chamber of the heart, ventricle is the lower chamber of the heart. Now, there are some members of this particular class that have electric organs present in them, and that is torpedo, which is very commonly known as electric ray. They can like give electric shock to the prey or to anyone that comes to attack them. There are some that have poisonous sting present, like trigon, that is commonly known as stingray. All of these you can see in Finding Nemo so clearly. It is so bizarre that they have added all the kinds of organisms into that animated movie. So you can see stingray, you can see electric ray. Wait, let me just load that screen for you. When I show you the pictures, you people will understand better. Okay, see this. How many of you have seen this in Nemo? All of you have? Now you know the name of this particular fish. It is torpedo, and it comes under what? It comes under chondric thighs. Always remember, they don't have a bony endoskeleton. They don't have an air bladder. This is very important to remember. Okay. And They are they have their own modifications in their body. So that was torpedo for you. So what did we talk about torpedo? That they give electric shocks. They are possessing electric organs in their body. Now talking about trigon. See, this looks almost similar to the torpedo, but now these are the ones that have poisonous sting. They will sting the organism or anything that may come to harm them. So this one is trigon, that is stingray. Moving forward, see, now there is one thing you people have to understand. It's a very important thing. There are two words, two phenomena. One is being cold blooded, one is being warm blooded. Now, when we talk about the cold blooded organisms are those organisms that cannot regulate the body temperature. They are not able to regulate the body temperature, whereas warm blooded organisms are those organisms that can regulate the body temperature. For example, us humans. Okay. Now, how do we regulate? Does anyone have any idea how do we regulate our body temperature?
We have four-chambered heart, so the blood is separated from oxygenated and deoxygenated,
But how is it
which
helping us regulate temperature?
From the lungs.
The lungs. What is your lungs doing for temperature regulation? Temperature regulation, you people understand? According to what your body needs. Okay, what is the temperature of our internal body? Like the normal temperature that we have?
27 degrees.
37 degrees Celsius, correct. Now see, when we talk about summers, okay, how many of you like summers? I hate summers. So even if someone likes summers, please don't say that they like summers. Okay, when we talk about summers, now during the summer, when you feel extremely hot, when you're like walking, even when you're standing and sitting, what happens? You sweat, right? Almost all of us sweat. Some people sweat a lot, some people sweat less. But sweating is our body's mechanism to temperature regulation, to do temperature regulation. So when our body is hot, it loses the, you can say, some excretory materials also. The sweat comes out so that the body surface can be cooled down. If we talk about winters, what do you think we do in winters? We don't sweat in winters, right? Then what do we do in winters?
we keep ourselves warm.
How? By wearing sweaters and by using heaters and blowers. But how does your body keep you warm? When I tell you the answer, it will be very lame. The answer is very lame, to be honest. We keep ourselves warm during the winter time by shivering. Our body shivers so that heat can be generated. Getting my point? So that we don't freeze to death. So that is the reason why, since we can sweat, since we can shiver, since we then not like these two are the most topical thing that I've told you. Then there is also, like you people said, like one of you said heart. Heart to also some extent regulates the body temperature. Okay. Also the hypothalamus, which is the gland, endocrine gland. Those also regulate body temperature. So since we are able to regulate our body temperature, we are warm blooded. All those organisms that can't do, have you ever heard fishes sweating or shivering? No, right? So they are cold blooded. Now, the scientific or the fancy term for cold blooded is poikilothermus. Poikilothermus. They cannot regulate the body temperature. Clear? When we talk about chondric thighs, sexes are separate in them, male different, female different. And you can identify how, because the males of the chondric thighs, they bear claspers in the pelvic fins. So towards their pelvic area and the pelvic fins, there are claspers present for copulation, for reproduction. Okay, copulation, you people understand? So that they can transfer their gametes into the female's body. So claspers are present in the pelvic fins. This is how you would identify which one is a male and which one is a female. If claspers are present, then that fish is a male, and if not, then it is a female. Fertilization is internal, and many of them are viviparous. What is the meaning of viviparous? Hmm? Viviparous. Tell me. Those organisms that give birth to the young one. This is very basic. This though you should know. Those organisms that give birth to the young ones, they are viviparous, and oviparous is the egg-laying animals. Now looking at the examples of chondric thighs, so we have scolidon. It's not scoliodon, it's scolidon. It is commonly known as dogfish. Then there is pristis. It is known as sawfish because its snout literally looks like a saw, the chainsaw. Then there is carcharodon, which is the great white shark. Then there is trigon and torpedo. Also, there is another that is chimera, which is commonly known as ghost fish or the king of herrings. So these are the examples of chondric thighs. Any doubts up until now, students?
No, ma'am.
Okay, now let us see some of the members. So we saw trigon and we saw torpedo. Now let us look at scolidon. See, this is scolidon. You couldn't tell a difference. This is almost like a shark, isn't it? This is how a shark looks like. So this is scolidon for you. Now after that we have pristis. Now the pristis is very unique in its structure. See, look at the snout. Doesn't it look like a saw? A chainsaw that people used to cut the trees with? Or the serial killers used to cut the legs of the people with? Isn't it? Doesn't it look like that? So this is pristis. It is commonly known as sawfish. Always remember. Okay, sawfish. Then there is carcharodon. This is the great white shark. It is so creepy. I do not like looking at sea creatures. Okay, so do you see the face? Also, one more thing. Do you see the face? Now see, this is the ventral position of the mouth. Okay, this the position where the mouth is present. This is the ventral position. And how many of you have seen real fishes, the normal aquarium fishes? Does anyone have any aquarium in their homes? No. See, do you see how, yes, Anna?
Ma'am, is Catla also chondriches?
No. Chondric thighs, and no, it's not. Yes, no, it's not. We'll talk about it. Catla is ostrich thighs. So, great white shark you people have seen, and rest of the species you have seen. Now, always remember they have a ventral mouth. There will be many a times you will be asked to differentiate between chondric thighs and ostrich thighs. Okay. Now we'll move on to the second class, that is ostrich thighs. Now, when we talked about the ventral mouth position, you people saw how if this is the body and this is the face, then the mouth is here, isn't it? The mouth is here and then the fins and everything are there. This is ventral position of the mouth. But how many of you have drawn fishes like this? Right, and when we draw fishes, we used to do this also, put a smile. So this is the terminal position of the mouth. Okay, not the ventral. And this one is found in the osteichthyes, thighs, that is bony fishes. See this one. Osteichthyes thighs are the ones that have bony endoskeleton, and they are both marine and freshwater. So some of them are found in the seas and the oceans, and some of them are found in freshwater also. Now their mouth is located terminally here. Okay, and they have 4 pairs of gills. Remember, they have how many pairs of gills? They have 4 pairs of gills, and all their gills are covered by an operculum on each side. So, operculum is present in them. The skin is covered by cycloid or ctenoid scales. Okay, now when we used to draw fishes, we also used to draw its scales like this. And then we used to color each of the scales with different colors. I hope you people have done that. Or is it's just me? Is it just me? So these circular or you can say semicircular structures that we used to draw, these were the cycloid scales. So we knew how the scales looked even when we were in the kindergarten stage. Now they have air bladder present, meaning they don't have to keep on swimming throughout. They can sleep. And air bladder is present, so it can regulate buoyancy. Again, the heart in them is two-chambered, one auricle and one ventricle will be present. They are also cold-blooded animal, meaning they are poikilothermous. Sexes are separate in them, and fertilization is usually external, outside the body of the organism. Then they are mostly oviparous, and the development is direct. There is no larval stage present in their development. Talking about the examples of the marine osteichthyes, we have Exocetus, that is flying fish. Then there is Hippocampus, which is seahorse. So these two are the marine fishes, marine osteichthyes. And see, the word flying fish doesn't mean that it flies. Flying fishes do not fly. The way they swim and come out of the water, it sort of looks like they're flying, but they're not flying. That is why the name is flying fish. And then seahorse, you people, all of you have seen, right? Now talking about the freshwater forms. So we have betta, which is the fighting fish. Then we have catla, that is the freshwater fish again. The one that is labio rohita. We have rohu. This is the one we consume. Then we have clarius, which is also known as magur. And then lastly, there is Pterophyllum, which is the angelfish. Now, magu, that is Clarias, and Pterophyllum, these two are the aquarium fishes, meaning those fishes that we put in aquarium. Now, let us quickly look at each of the fishes. This is Exocetus, flying fish. Do you see the fins? Doesn't it look like wings? Isn't it? That is why they're termed as flying fishes, but they don't fly. Don't ever think that they fly. Fishes can't fly. They come out of the water and they go back in. It sort of looks like flying. Okay, so this is Exocetus. Then we had Hippocampus. Oh, this is human brain. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is your hippocampus. The part of the brain that is hippocampus, that is also named because it looks like the shape of seahorse. That is why. Okay, so we have hippocampus. Do you people know one very crazy fact about seahorses? You know, in seahorses, it's the male that gives birth, not the female. I mean, it's not that they, you can say, produce them, but once the females, like the fertilization is done externally, the eggs, like the female takes the eggs and lays it in the brood pouch of the seahorse, male. And then the male seahorse like the eggs hatches in the male seahorse's pouch and then it comes out. So sort of looks like the male seahorse gives birth, but it doesn't. It is not that. Okay, so this is your seahorse. Then what else we had? Catla. This is catla fish. I think this is also consumed. Yeah, see, we have dishes also. They've shown you catla fish dishes also. So whichever you want to remember, you can remember. Then we have labio rohita. This is your rohu fish. This is the one that is most commonly consumed in India. Okay, labio rohita. After that, we also have what else? What else? Yeah, pterophyllum. This is very beautiful. See, angel fishes. Now, this is also very commonly occurring fishes that you might see in aquariums. In India, this is very, very common. Okay, we have pterophyllum. Now, let us see clarias. Do you see? Have you seen this in the aquarium? It's very big. It's very hideous. And this is clarias. And you know why people put this in the aquarium? There is a reason. Because you know, this fish has the ability to eat the algae. Like they like the gunk and everything, they'll clear the whole entire aquarium of the gunk. That is why we put this in the aquarium. And it doesn't harm any other fish. So this is clarias. I think I have seen the person who sells fish having this also. I don't know if people consume this or not, but since he was selling it, so maybe people consume it. So like he sits with a big tin or a big bucket like that, and he has several fishes in it, out of which I've seen this also. I don't know if people consume it or not, but it was there. Okay, I've taught every single thing. I think I did not left out any fish. Okay, we left out betta. Why should we leave it out? It's a fighting fish, so let us see how it looks like. Okay, this is betta. Okay, this is like so beautiful. I don't know why they gave this a name as the fighting fish. Maybe it fights the other fishes, but yeah, that is better. Okay, so this is also freshwater fish. So freshwater, marine water, this can be asked like which one is the example of freshwater and which one is the example of marine water fishes. Okay, any doubts up until now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right, now moving forward to tetrapoda. Now, the more you will move here, the more you can like relate and imagine and connect and everything. We have tetrapoda. Tetra means four, poda means appendages. Here, the appendages can be limbs, right? Or different structures. So, the tetrapoda has four classes present in it. We have amphibia, we have reptilia, aves, and mammals. Now, class amphibia. Amphi means dual, bia means to live. So they can live on land and in water, both areas. They have two pairs of limbs and their body has been divided into head and trunk. How many of you seen a frog? Right? So the frog sort of looks like this. I mean, this, I don't know, this is not looking like a frog, but you people understand the basic idea as to they have a head and they have a trunk. They don't have a neck, they don't have an abdomen, nothing. The whole body has been divided into head and trunk. Tails are present in some of the members of amphibia, but you know that frogs don't have tails. Now they have moist skin. Okay, they have moist means sticky skin. Why? Because they live on the land and in the water. So when they come out of the water on the land, their skin may get dry, right? So that is why they have moist skin present. Scales are not there in their body. All of them are very squishy and rubbery and weird and very, very disgusting. But scales are not present on their body. Eyelids are present. They have three chambered hearts. That is, they have two auricles. Okay, two auricles are there and one single ventricle is there. Now, eardrum, which is known as tympanum, that is their ear. Like how we have a structure ear, right? They don't have that. They rather just have the eardrum. They can listen, but they don't have the ear shape. Like the pinna is not there. Now the alimentary canal, now this is one a very special, you can say specific and a special feature that the amphibians have. It's that their alimentary canal, their urinary tract, and their reproductive tract, all of them have one common opening, and that is cloaca. They don't have separate openings like how uh, in humans there is like a separate opening for the defecation, there is a separate opening for urination, and then there is also a separate opening for the reproductive release, isn't it? But in the case of amphibians, there is only one opening, and that is what is called as cloaca. Now respiration can happen through gills, can happen through lungs, and can even happen through the skin surface. They are also poikilothermous, meaning they cannot regulate their body temperature. Sexes are separate in them. Fertilization is external. How many of you have seen frog eggs? Right? It is sort of like this and it looks like eyes, black colored. Right? So that is how like fertilization is external. So you can find their eggs on the surface of water. They are oviparous, meaning the eggs will hatch and the organism will come out, but the development in them is indirect development. Indirect means there will be a larval stage in them, such as for frog, the larval stage everyone knows is a tadpole stage. Hmm? Talking about the examples of amphibia, we have bufo, that is the toad. Then we have rana tigrina, that is the frog. We have hyla, which is the tree frog. Salamander, this is the only amphibian that has a tail present. Looks like a lizard, but it is an amphibian. So salamandra is the scientific name. Salamander is the common name. Then there is ichthyophis, which is the limbless amphibian. It does not have any limbs present. So this is an exception. Now, when you talk about biology, I'll tell you one thing. It is a science of exceptions. You will find exceptions everywhere. Okay? Who is like which group or which division is known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom, students? This so you should answer. No excuse for this. The amphibians of the plant kingdom are dash. What are they?
Ma'am, what is the question?
The question is the amphibians of the plant kingdom are dash. What is the dash? Amphibians of the plant kingdom. I'm not even asking a depth question. I'm asking the first line. No one is studying. Eh? Because this is like the most easiest question I could ask you. You people remember bryophytes?
Yes, ma'am.
Weren't they the amphibians of the plant kingdom? No,
Yes, ma'am.
they were very bad. All right, let us look at some of the. We have bufo. That is toad. A toad. I think toad. This is your bufo. Okay, this is toad. Okay, you people should know the difference between toad and frogs. So this is a toad. It's not a frog. Then we have Rana tigrina. This is a frog. Okay. Then we have salamander. See, this is salamander. This is the only amphibian with a tail. Do you see the tail? It is salamander. Okay. Then we have ichthyophis. This is ichthyophis. Sort of looks like a snake, but it's not a snake. Okay, it is ichthyophis. That is an amphibian. Okay. Okay, one more is left. Hyla. Hyla is a tree frog. This is Hyla. Okay. You people might have seen that meme wherein the frog is like this. Have you seen that meme? This is that frog. Okay. So that is your amphibian. So we have completed the amphibia. Now coming on to reptilia. Here, even more gross creatures you'll find here. Now, the class Reptilia has gotten its name from the origin Latin, wherein the repair or reptim means to creep or crawl. So, all the organisms in the case of Reptilia, they are creeping and crawling organisms. Okay, they creep and they crawl. Now, the name Reptilia has been given on the basis of their creeping and crawling locomotion. Now, they are purely terrestrial and now they don't have moist body surface. Their body is dry and cornified. It's very dry. Scales and scutes are present on the skin surface, on the epidermis. Even they don't have any external ear opening. They have tympanum, which represents the ear. And if they have limbs present, so they have two pairs of limbs. Okay. Now, heart is again three-chambered. All of the reptiles have a three-chambered heart except crocodiles. Crocodiles have a four-chambered heart, just like us. Now, reptilians, they are also poikilothermous, meaning they are cold-blooded. Snakes and lizards, they shed their scales as skin cast. So after a while, they would shed their scales to bring new scales. Sexes are separate in them. Fertilization is internal and they are oviparous. Yeah, but oviparous means giving birth.
They lay eggs.
Laying eggs.
They lay eggs and the development is direct. No larval stages there. Now, oh God, they have a lot of examples. We have chelone, that is turtle. How many of you know the difference between turtle and tortoise? I think the spelling of turtle is wrong. Hmm. How many of you know the difference between turtle and tortoise?
Ma'am, turtles have like more round shell, and like turtles are like they have like very thin shells, and they're better in the water.
Okay. Anything more, Jesslyn?
I was about to say one is better in the water.
Okay. Yeah, see, the ones like you might have seen the organisms like this. Think so? Right? They have like they swim with the help of their fin-like structures, but it's like their appendage. So these are the ones that are turtles. But this one is a tortoise. The one and the shell that they have is known as a carapace. Okay. So Chilone is a turtle. Testudo is the name of tortoise. Then there is chameleon. Everyone knows chameleon, right? It is a tree lizard. It changes color. Calotes, these are the garden lizards. Then crocodilus, which is a crocodile. Then alligator is there. Hemidactylus. We have this in our homes, particularly in India. We have a lot of hemidactylus. I can see one right now. So Hemidactylus is a wall lizard. Then there are many snakes. All the snakes come under reptilia. There is Naja, that is known as cobra snake. Pangaris, which is a crate snake. It makes a lot of noise. And then there is Vipera, which is the vipers. So all of these three are the names of poisonous snakes. Okay, these are poisonous snakes. Okay, so let us quickly look one by one at the pictures. So the first one is, what was the first one? Chilone.
Tur-
Oh God. There is a flower also named as Chilone. So now you people know something else also. Oh, see, this is Chilone, right? Again, we go back to Finding Nemo. This is a turtle. Okay. Now we have testudo. I hope there is no flower called as testudo. This is your testudo. People keep it as a pet also, right? This is tortoise. Always remember there is a difference in between them. Okay. Then what next? We have hemidactylus. I don't think I have to show you, but there you go. Hemidactylus. The absolute worst animals in the world. We have hemidactylus. Then we have chameleon. There you go. Right? You people have seen this also. Chameleon. It changes color to so as to escape from the predator. Right? Then what else? We have crocodilus. See, there is a difference between like a structural difference between crocodile, alligator, and gharials also. You people should know that also. See, they look the same. Okay, alligator, and then there is gharial. Gavialis, which is it is known as Gavialis. See, the ones that have a very pointed snout, these are the Gavialis. Okay, crocodiles you already know. And talking about the alligator. See, how many of you know what is their nature? See, this is alligator. Now, alligator and crocodiles. See, crocodiles are ready to eat you if you go there in front of them. They are ready to eat you, even if you provoke them or even if you don't. Alligators may eat you up if provoked. Mostly they won't. Gavials won't do anything. They're like, they're vegetarians, I think so. So they're vegetarians. Okay. And I've seen such bad, you can say, in the zoo here where I live, I've seen such lazy crocodiles, I can't even tell you. Okay, then we have Bangaris. This is the, again, a very creepy creature. We have the crate. This is the Bangaris. Okay. And I'll tell you as a thumb rule, always remember anything that is colorful is poisonous. Okay. Then we have Naja. See, oh, even looking at it gives me goosebumps. So now you people know we have snakes that are the members of the reptile. Okay. I don't think I have to show you more pictures. So this much is clear to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All right. Okay. Now you people can note down. What is the last thing you people have written?
ma'am, the table.
This one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. So you have to start from cyclostomata, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can switch off your video. Right.
Ma'am, can you show the last part of the table? Done, ma'am.
Everyone's done?
Yes, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Everyone's done?
ma'am, can you show the top part for a minute?
Yes, Zanab. See, metamorphosis is the change in the form. For example, the larva would change into variety of structures. For example, there is stage one. Okay, so there will be stage one, stage two, stage three, and then it will turn into an adult. So this change of stages or the change of the way that the larva looks is known as metamorphosis. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, can you scroll a little up? Done, ma'am. Ma'am, can you scroll? Ma'am, can you scroll? Ma'am, can you scroll?
Ma'am, 1 minute. Done, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you scroll?
Can students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so do you people have any doubts up until now?
No, ma'am.
No.
All right. Okay, students, so we'll keep it till here only for today's class.